I have something to say.
The skinny Cartman complains about Ambrose being the champion when he's the real champion and he doesn't need anyone. Ambrose says that's a fat lie and that Rollins has always needed someone and that he's the real undisputed champion, and come Money in the Bank, he is walking out the champion. In recent months, the tag team division has been more relevant in no one knows how long. The last two pay-per-views have made those belts worthwhile. And did the announce team just compare Kalisto to Sonic the Hedgehog? Oh yeah! This is happening! Titus wins via pump handle slam. It's been a while since I've seen that move. New Day. Come Money in the Bank. Will you be able to handle the prime time? We shall see. Smash Mouth Champion versus Goofy as a Pet Coon Starman. I like the way that Ryback as a character has actually evolved to such a point where when he gets to the ring, there is little to no talking and he just gets on with it. Stardust didn't really get into this match, and for someone who is as talented as Cody Rhodes, that's a real shame. But not so much for Ryback, as he has been held back for far too long. Shell Shock for the win.
I have something to say.
This is another one of those art-imitating life situations, as Paige pretty much flat out said that the Bellas are holding everyone back in the Divas division. They are so consumed and self-absorbed with living the high celebrity life that they should be more dedicated and concerned with what happens in the squared circle, just like she is. She cites that she doesn't like the world that she's living in, so therefore she is going to change it. Did Paige just drop a pipe bomb? Pipe bomb! Luke Harper and Eric Rowan say it's time for people to pay for their sins. And I'm skipping. They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Although with the way that Owens was imitating Cena, I think that was far from flattery. Zack Ryder steps up to the challenge, and L-Man moans. Why is Zack Ryder being granted another title shot? I don't like Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder gets put down via powerbomb. And somewhere in parts unknown, L-Man is dancing the Macarena whilst wearing a ha 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 Ryder lost again t-shirt, ha 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 ha. And just for context, L-Man, I am not going to even remotely try to act out you dancing the Macarena, because you'd be like, worst dance of the Macarena ever, I shall register my disgust on the internet, and this is the worst impression of me ever, I shall register my further disgust on the internet. You know, as I say that, you know, with all niceties intact. How you doing, by the way, buddy? Best match of the night so far. Despite interferences from Woods and Langston, Neville outmatched Kofi. It almost seemed like he had moves thought out in advance, which led to pinning Kofi by the ropes via roll-up, and then got out of the ring, leaving the tag team champions fuming. And did anyone care? No.
I have something to say.
Miz TV segment with the former US and WWE champion asking how could Lana just abandon Rusev after all they've been through. Lana pretty much breaks it down like this. He treated me like crap. He didn't deserve me. Rusev comes out, says, I screwed up. There's an understatement. And says, I can barely stand without my crutches. Will you be my crutch? And she pretty much tells him, I can tell you where to go stick that crutch. And I think everyone else has been pretty much saying the same thing. Rusev flips his lid, and Ziggler comes out thinking that we're going to get a brawl, but instead leaves with Lana arm in arm. It pays to be the show-off these days, it seems. Nothing pretty about this match, as it's essentially two powerhouses matching each other for strength. Reigns was setting himself up for a win via spear, but this gets interrupted by Kane, ending the match in a DQ. The former WWE Champion announces that he's the final participant in the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's clear to see that nepotism is running rampant once again in World Wrestling Entertainment. Now, just to break this down for the evening, I thought this was okay for this week. Not in quite the same value for entertainment as last week's was, but for what it was worth, a decent show for the evening, giving us a nice setup for Money in the Bank in 9 days' time. So, I'm going to have to give SmackDown a rating C+. Not quite as good as last week, because it was a nice strong finish off of a post-Elimination Chamber SmackDown, but I just felt it didn't necessarily drop the ball, but it wasn't quite there. I'm just hoping with Money in the Bank being for next weekend, I'm hoping they pick the ball up again. But we shall see. Have a good evening.